So like,
no, two-time unified heavyweight champion. So far, so good.
oh, with boxing, yeah, 100%. But what I'm saying now is, there's another level of fitness.
Yeah.
You guys wanted me to go bigger? How about twice as big?
You right? If Anthony Joshua was to do what he done to Ngannou to Jake Paul, that's like life-changing injuries.
Anthony Joshua has surprised fans with a powerful new body that looks ready for battle. Leaner, sharper, and more explosive than before. AJ's transformation has become a big topic in boxing, creating buzz on social media and sending a clear message to Jake Paul, from his broad shoulders to his strong fighting stance that reminds fans of his early title days. Joshua's new look.
The only way we're gonna win a 12-round fight is if you push yourself in the gym. So, yeah, that's what I like about the world-class boxing gym.
Everyone says they want to be a world champ, but people are not willing to do what it takes to become a world champ. And even in this gym, it's like you're put through the test because, I mean, it's one thing to say you want to hang out with champs and hang out with other fighters, another thing to be able to endure the workout and endure the work, so it's a big thing. He's been pushing himself. He's asking me, what can I do more? How can I be better? How can I build my fitness more? And that's really a sign of a great individual and a great champion.
Joshua explained that his size did not come suddenly. He said it comes from his natural genetics combined with hard work. He believes that when this natural strength is fully used through training, it becomes dangerous for anyone standing across from him. With Jake Paul coming up next, Joshua made it clear he isn't building muscle just to show off. He's unlocking what
A lot of road work. So even though I'm big, this is just genetics.
Right, definitely, yeah.
It's not like I spend hours in the gym like lifting. You can't run 10 miles and only spar 4 rounds. You have to run 4 miles and spar 10 rounds. Yeah, like what I'm trying to say is gym work's important with your coach. All this stuff is just the core stuff. This stuff is just the extra add-ons that you're gonna get. But you have to have good technique. You have to have a good understanding of boxing. Like, that's your muscle, your brain. That's what a coach is gonna train you mostly. Like, he wants to train this. And if you've got that at its strongest, yeah, I feel like you'll be good.
Yeah, and so far, so
Jake Paul has openly admitted the big size difference between himself and Anthony Joshua. Instead of backing away, he's using it as motivation. Paul said people always told him to fight someone his own size, so he decided to go even bigger by choosing an opponent much larger than him. He called the fight the ultimate test, showing he isn't afraid of danger or criticism or pressure that comes with facing a heavyweight like Joshua. According to Jake, if people want proof he belongs, then fighting a giant is the best way. Still, even with his confidence,
Want me to go bigger? How about twice as big? Literally, he's twice as big as Gervonta. He's 6'6", 260 pounds with an 82-inch reach. I mean, just look at us next to each other. Two-time heavyweight champion of the world, an Olympic gold medalist. While he was winning Olympic gold, I was filming Vines in high school.
What'd you say?
AJ is a knockout artist with fights that have literally ended in seconds. He's fought legends, Klitschko, Usyk, Ruiz, Ngannou.
Biggest shot.
looking at the stats for Anthony Joshua versus Jake Paul shows a clear mismatch that could decide the fight. Joshua is 6'6", with an 82-inch reach and a natural heavyweight body, weighing well over 240 pounds. Jake Paul at 6 feet 1 inch, with a 76-inch reach and around 200 pounds, gives up height, weight, and power. Joshua's longer reach helps him control distance, making it harder for Paul to get close safely. The weight difference means that Jay's punches carry much more power, while Jake must depend on speed, movement.
Difference, we've got 28 years old compared to 36 years old. So I guess the advantage there goes a little bit towards Jake Paul. 28-year-old is better than a 36-year-old. But that being said, we've got talking about experience and everything else, what comes with being 36 years old at Anthony Joshua's level. And then, like I mentioned, the heavyweights kind of seem to prime a little bit older. Now, come down to the height and the weight. This is the big one. 6'1" versus 6'6". 200 pounds versus 252 pounds. We got a 252 pound stronger in Anthony Joshua. The reach advantage is a lot, which we would expect. Amateur fights, we can see that Jake's only had one, where AJ's had 43, but 43 of them are including at the highest level, Olympic level. And yes, he won the Olympic bloody gold medal, if I don't need to remind you. Then the pro record, Jake Paul has had 13 fights, lost one. AJ has had 28 fights and he's lost 4 with 25 KOs. And the one person that Jake Paul lost to was Tommy Fury. Now, can we compare Tommy Fury with Anthony?
Physical comparison between Joshua and Paul again shows how uneven the matchup is. Joshua's height, long reach, and heavyweight frame give him a clear advantage over Paul's smaller build. His size allows him to control the fight, limit Paul's movement, and land shots from a safer range. Meanwhile, Paul has to work harder to close the distance and avoid damage. If Joshua fights smart and uses his natural strengths, it could turn into a one-sided and difficult.
Anthony is ruining his legacy just by taking this fight. Fans don't respect what he's done in the sport already. He's an Olympic gold medalist, 2-time unified heavyweight champion of the world.
I sort of sympathize with him because I feel like if he doesn't beat him quicker than he beat Francis, people are just going to write it off. I'll ask you bluntly, have there been any discussions about there's an agreement, there's a secret contract? Have any of those discussions happened regarding this fight?
It's an 8-round professional fight. AJ wouldn't have taken it if that was the stance it had to be, if it was an exhibition, if it was you've got to hold him up for 8 rounds. It wouldn't suit Anthony Joshua.
Boxing CEO Frank Smith has spoken carefully about the idea of Anthony Joshua fighting Jake Paul, while he hasn't completely ruled it out. Smith said on the Ariel Helwani show that Joshua could return, but not against Paul right now. He pointed out the big difference in experience and level of competition between them. Smith confirmed talks are ongoing for a possible fight in early 2026. Showing Matchroom understands
because I remember when like Tyson fought Ngannou the first time, he was like, this isn't my cup of tea. And then obviously he ended up fighting Ngannou. And so I didn't know if this was a bridge too far for him.
No, I think for AJ, it was just, look, he's done everything in the sport. He's big, like I say, he's a 2-time unified champion. He's fought the best, the elite fighters in, Alexander Usyk twice. And for him, it's just, right, I want to do things that interested me, motivate me, and obviously if you can go and do that for a load of money against someone, fair play. I think me and Jake Paul might be more competitive than Jake Paul and Anthony Joshua.
Oh my dear.
I actually want to make as the comeback fight for Jake Paul, Eddie Hearn, Jake Paul.
Wow.
Yeah. Don't you think that would be big? As the comeback fight?
Yeah, like meaning after he loses this one.
For Jake's comeback fight.
You think Eddie would be down?
For money.
Could you imagine?
I know. I'd happily negotiate with Nikisa.
Tony Bellew has shared strong doubts about the fight ever happening. He believes the matchup is very uneven and dangerous for Jake Paul. Bellew sees the fight mainly as a money move and warns that Paul would be risking his health for a paycheck. While he doesn't think it would hurt Joshua's legacy, Bellew says that if the fight happens, Joshua would fully control it. To him, the event feels more like entertainment.
I don't believe a single thing until literally I see them in a ring together. He was supposed to fight Gervonta Davis, wasn't he? Who's 5 stone lighter and is 5 stone lighter and 8 inches shorter. So I don't believe anything. Until they're in a ring together, I don't believe nothing.
Obviously, AJ was meant to fight in an 8-rounder. I think Eddie said to me earlier against
an 8-rounder.
Yeah, okay. Against a top 120 opponent on BoxRec that none of us would have heard of. Okay. Just a kind of confidence, go and get a knockout type victory. I suppose you can go and do that against Jake Paul and earn an absolute fortune from
Listen, I've said before and I'll say it again. Boxing is a brutal, brutal business. Go and make as much as you can, as quick as you can. Once you've achieved your dream and goals of becoming a world champion, there's nothing left to do besides make money. What are you chasing? You've won all the belts. I think he's missing a WBC. I think that's about it. Go and get the belts and that's it. Move on.
Do you believe it should be sanctioned?
What I believe doesn't matter.
No, but I'm just curious.
What I believe doesn't matter because some governing body will. Of
course.
Or some sanctioning body will. Of course. Some
the Florida State
organisation. Yeah, absolute maniacs. But that's another argument. That's another cause. It's like the one I heard Chris Eubank Sr. talking about on the radio the other day. You're talking about safety of fighters. Champ, you were the worst for it. You went up to cruiserweight when you were super middleweight and didn't do it once but twice. And then you're saying people should have saved you from yourself. No, that's why we're fighters. So, it's boxing. We know what we sign up for.
Many experts believe it would look bad for Anthony Joshua if he doesn't knock out Jake Paul very quickly. They see the fight as such a mismatch that anything less than a fast and clear win could harm Joshua's image. In their opinion,
Is it? We'll hear some proper talk then. If Anthony Joshua doesn't knock out Jake Paul within 6 minutes, it's embarrassing. Not only for him, but also for the sport of boxing. And if he does knock him out within 6 minutes, because it's a proper fight, boxing better pray that there's no lasting damage to Jake Paul. The phrase, fuck around and find out, springs to mind. This is not a game. You don't play boxing. Especially not with a two-time unified heavyweight world champion in his athletic prime. If you're gonna deal with clowns...
Johnny Nelson explains. Joshua is in a tough situation. If Jake Paul lasts the full fight, it could create doubts about Joshua's condition and mindset. Critics believe a true heavyweight should finish someone like Paul without trouble. If the fight goes long or looks competitive, it could hurt the idea that this
fight.
I do believe it because AJ's involved, and I think AJ'd struggle to. He's going to take enough flack over this, but again, it's money talk. So I think AJ will struggle because it's an Owen situation. If he goes in there, Jake Paul lasts the distance. What's he tell you about AJ? Apart from he's just earned an extra 15 million quid. If he goes there and struggles with Jake Paul, then what's he say about AJ? Your heydays are well and truly over. If he goes in there and knocks him out, then I'll say that's to be expected. So the glory, there's probably not much glory in it, apart from the haters of Jake Paul to say, right, I've got rid of this kid. I think it's very brave of Jake Paul. So now the problem child has got to believe this fight's actually happening. So now you've got our attention. So now you've got to back up the boast. It's not about, you're not playing tiddlywink. This is the only game you can't play. You can play football, golf.
Nelson praised Jake Paul's business skills, calling him very smart in how he has built and sold his brand. However, he questions Paul's level as a top boxer. Nelson believes Paul is a decent domestic-level fighter who earns world champion money without following the traditional boxing path. To him, Paul's biggest strength is
He's going to be 35 years of age. It's crazy what I'm about to ask you, but can Jake Paul really beat Anthony Joshua?
All right, listen, I give all credit. Everyone knows that. They get mad at me that I gave too much credit to Paul. Why? He's done a hell of a job to put himself in this position. He sold himself. He sold his dream. He took his dream. He took his idea. He put it out there, and he made it happen. Give him credit for that. And he made it happen. And he took risk along the way. Yeah, he picked his spots. He's in the driver's seat. He gets to pick his spots. He's the one bringing the money. He's the one promoting. Yeah, he's the name. He made himself that, coming from where he came from, with all his followers and the whole thing, and just the uniqueness of what he was doing. But he has learned along the way. He's not a top guy yet. No, I don't know that he ever will be. He didn't have that amateur background and the things that you usually...
Jake Paul's ambitions go beyond boxing. He has also shown interest in fighting MMA star Conor McGregor. Paul has claimed his boxing is improving while suggesting McGregor is slowing down with age. Many people doubt this because of McGregor's long combat sports background. Paul's comments show his confidence and strategy of calling out famous fighters to raise his profile. Many fans want to see Joshua versus Paul, mainly because they believe Joshua would dominate him. Paul's habit of calling out elite fighters has made him one of the most debated figures in combat sports. And the potential fight
got to be taking the mick. Jake Paul has called out Anthony Joshua and claims, I will fucking beat Anthony Joshua's ass. You know what? I want this to happen just so Anthony Joshua could just absolutely decimate this man right here. So first he fights Tommy Fury, a legitimate professional boxer, and he loses. Then he fights an OAP and Mike Tyson and beats him. Obviously, he's nearly 60 years old. Then he goes to try and fight Canelo, which fell through, thankfully. Then he tried to fight Tank Davis, which again fell through. And now he wants to fight Anthony Joshua, a legit world-level heavyweight boxer. Anthony Joshua is someone that I've always looked up to and probably one of my favourite boxers to this day and age. Don't get me wrong, I don't mind Jake Paul here and there, but there's just things he does in the sport that I don't agree with at all. And fighting Anthony Joshua, listen, I'm all here for it, just to see him get knocked clean out. The fact that he thinks he can compete with these high-level boxers, even though he lost to Tommy Fury, is just laughable. But how long does it take for Anthony Joshua to knock Jake Paul out?
Many boxing analysts believe Jake Paul has become boxing's biggest moneymaker. He reportedly earned over $40 million in 2021 alone. His pay-per-view fights generate massive income, and he also promotes himself through most valuable promotions. On top of that, he makes money from social media, YouTube, and sponsorships. Paul often calls out boxing legends, offers them big paydays, and then talks trash afterward. Even after losing to Tommy Fury.
Didn't Jake fight? Wasn't that amazing?
Yeah. It's amazing they got paid so much money for that.
25 million and 40 million?
I think 20 and 40. Yeah, I think that's what I'd heard. You know, which I'm happy Mike got the money, and I'm happy that he didn't get hurt. That was my fear, that it was going to be a real fight, and he was going to get hurt.
You've known him for a long time. I've known him for a long time.
I love that dude.
Me too.
And he was a, larger-than-life figure in my childhood.
Truly, me
when
too.
I was a kid, when he was the champ, it was like, people don't understand what a champ he was. Like,
Yeah.
he wasn't just the heavyweight champion of the world. He was an executioner. Like,
Truly.
every fight was just a matter
I
of
don't
how
remember
long was it going to
which
last.
fight it was that I went to go see a couple of fights, and I actually went to go see Julio Cesar Chavez fight.
Unlike traditional boxers who dismiss influencer boxing, Anthony Joshua has taken a balanced approach. He has said YouTube boxing has helped the sport by bringing in new fans and increasing viewership. Joshua admits that fighters like Jake Paul have introduced boxing to a younger audience that may not have been.
10 out of 10. I'm telling you, it's good for boxing because I'm saying it's showing people you can fight someone that is well-known, credible, can fight, marketable, without a championship and have that same effect early on in your career, and you can still get all the rewards anyway. So I think that they're showing guys, oh, hang on a minute, there's so much potential in boxing regardless of championships. And I think it's good because now people start taking more risks early on. These guys coming into the game are changing the landscape for the better, showcasing that if you have a business mind on, marketable, creative, content driven, obviously talented, you can